Kenny's so thrilled to join me. The boys are at my mom's because they like to beg to go there every afternoon to go play. And so we thought we would go live in here. We've been trying to do it for a while, but as you know, he works all the time, so it's been hard to line up. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, one, he has to do this before he can go work out because he's going to do this challenge with me. How excited are you for it?
Super. I'm so excited, it's not even funny.
See, he's thrilled. As always, he will be my biggest challenge. I think any coach would know that because it's a fine line between coaching and being a spouse, isn't it?
Yes.
Anyways, okay, people are jumping on, so we're going to go ahead and start explaining exactly what we're going to talk about and just tell you why we're doing this, because I know I get asked all the time kind of what I get from coaching and what Kenny thinks about it. Hey, Lindsay. So I'm pretty much going to let him talk. I'm going to interview him for the most part, and then at the end we will just share what our goals are as a family, and then go from there. So let's start. Are you ready?
Hi, Amy.
He doesn't know what to think. Hey, Amy.
It's just weird talking to your phone.
Just pretend that they're not there. It's okay.
Okay.
You can just pretend you're like totally weird. But anyways, so I started Beachbody right after we had, oh, let me turn that off so you guys don't hear my phone going off all the time. I started Beachbody shortly after having Bo or Bear. I don't remember. It was after Barrett, and I was battling postpartum depression. And if we wanted to interview him about that, I'm sure we would have a lot to say. But that's not the story that we're going to tell you today. So I did a challenge group, and then I came to Kenny. Well, when I told you that I wanted to lose weight and I wanted to do this challenge group and what all it entailed, what did you say? Do you remember?
I thought it was stupid.
Why did you think it was stupid?
Because I thought you could do it on your own.
He said, why would you pay somebody to help you lose weight? Those were his exact words. Like, this is dumb. Just get up and do the workout yourself. Okay, thanks. So I tried it, didn't I?
Yeah.
I tried it for about 2 months, and he was my biggest support and my biggest, I would say, temptation, because he was always like, let's go get pizza, let's go do this, let's go do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he loves junk food just as much as I do. So then I decided to save up the money and do the challenge group, you know, go all in, whatever. For this, just try it 1 month. And honestly, I had planned, because it's money back guaranteed, I plan to return it at the end of 30 days. And so then I started the group, and do you remember that group where I was in with Stacy? Do you remember? Not really? I didn't figure. His memory. He's a man, right? But at the end of the challenge group, I was happy. I got results, and it was probably like a week after I had ran out of Shakeology. And do you remember what you said to me?
I asked you if you'd had a shake today because you were being a jerk.
And
that's nicely. I mean, real nice.
And I think that was like the big turning point for me, because I realized what, you know, focusing on my health.
Oh,
and
Josh.
he is pretty hot,
phone
isn't he?
on the left.
I think that was the turning point for me, though, to realize that how important this was for me, I think. And so then I came to him with this crazy idea, of becoming a coach. And what were your words? Do you remember? Because,
once again, I thought it was stupid.
But will you tell them what you said? Because that's what hit me right here.
No.
You don't remember?
No, obviously.
You said, why would you do that? What a waste of money. All they want to do is get money from you. You're joining this, and it's stupid. It's not going to work. It's a pyramid scheme.
Pyramid scheme was my words. Yes.
Yeah. You said, this is absolutely ignorant. No. You said no.
Oh.
And so what did I do? Because I'm stubborn, and I'm a brat.
Yes. She joined. She started coaching.
And he was so thrilled. But I earned the money myself. I paid for it. It wasn't coming out of our monthly bills. So I was taking care of that. I didn't sign up to coach to be a coach, to help anybody. I signed up to be a coach for 100% selfish reasons. I did it for me, because when he said, have you had your shake today?
Because you're
Because-
being
You can finish it.
a jerk.
Then I was like, okay, that's it. I know I need it because from my mental health, if you don't know my story, I did suffer from postpartum depression. Mental illnesses do run in my family. So for my mental health, it was obviously very important. So I was willing to do whatever it took to earn that. And since we are a single income household, I babysat my nieces and nephews, and that money went to my Shakeology. So it didn't come from our bills. I worked for that. And I signed up for the discount because I needed Shakeology. So that was that. And then I think the next big thing was Summit. The first Summit we went to.
Nashville.
It was in Nashville.
Oh.
And I got an invite to the cruise first, was the first thing. But I couldn't go because I was getting ready to have a baby. And then we went to Nashville together. How did I even convince you to go to Nashville?
Because Andrew was
Oh,
there.
because
and all she did
Andrew was-
party the whole time.
Yes, because Amanda and Andrew were going to be there. So
Worked out great.
they drank, and, I did coach stuff. But we snuck you in to the closing ceremonies. And what was your reaction, response? Hold on, I guess I'm missing a very vital part here. So from the time that I signed up to be a coach until Nashville, I started sharing my story, sharing my before and afters, and it caused this whole coaching part to fall into place. Because remember, I didn't sign up to be a coach. I signed up 100% for selfish reasons. I needed it. So this whole coaching thing fell into place. And do you remember every time I would get on the phone to help people, what did you think?
I was tired of you being on the phone and damn computer all the time.
So mad, because I'm also a photographer, so
Constantly.
if I wasn't on my phone, I was editing pictures for people. In photography, I love it, but it is a lot of work, and it's a lot of behind the scenes work. So you sit at a computer and edit every single picture. So that was hard. But then we went to Nashville, and you went to the closing ceremonies. And what did you think of closing ceremonies?
That was probably about the only thing that changed it for me. I mean, seeing they do transformations on who's lost this, and they'll pick out like 4 guys and 4 girls from 4 different age groups, and they'll tell their story of how much they've lost, and they do their before and after pictures, and that, I'll give them that. That was cool, and that actually made me start believing in Beachbody a little bit more, and put a little more faith in it for me. But that was probably the best part, and even this year,
We'll get there.
that's all I looked forward to, was the closing ceremony for that.
Yeah, he was
Anyway.
excited for that. So, do you remember when we left Nashville, after you saw the transformations, after we were headed home, do you remember what you said? Because this really sticks to my heart again, too. No?
Nope.
He told me, his memory, it's so good. He told me, he said, okay, so I see you actually do something. Like, I understand now that you are helping people. I'm proud of you. That meant a lot to me.
Yeah,
So
I was. And you were doing good. You are doing good.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So then after that summit, I still had these goals. But then I think I was consistent in what I was doing and sharing my story because, again, back to the mental health and the depression, I needed it for me. So I was doing it regardless. I was just sharing it a little bit more. And so it was probably like last fall, I would say. I don't really know what clicked. I don't know what it was. But I saw the opportunity that this has financially, because our coaches, our upline coaches, I mean, they're from around here, and we've seen, we talk to them, we interact with them, we are friends with them, and we see the opportunities. I earned the trip to Punta Cana, which was awesome.
That was fun.
But I think last fall was when I really was gung-ho, and I decided to do this to help people, to be able to do more, give back more, and I kind of found my purpose, I would say. Don't you think?
Yeah.
And I think as a stay-at-home mom, that's really hard because you don't feel like you really have a purpose. Like, yeah, I was sitting here to have kids, okay. But then I stay home and I wipe butts and snot and listen to crying all day long. So I lost who I was, because before, I'm very much a go-getter. I'm always busy. I'm always doing stuff. So I found my purpose through that. And then the next big thing was Punta Cana, right?
Yes.
Let's wonder why he went to Punta Cana. to hang out with the husbands and to have fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Was there anything like crazy exciting at Punta Cana for you, like business wise? No? Nope. We just had fun. I got to work out. I got to see the super trainers. He sat by the pool and drank. So
I still couldn't tell you who the super trainers are.
don't let him fool you. He loves Autumn.
One. I can tell you who one is.
Okay. So after Punta Cana, we went to New Orleans, which we didn't think that he was going to be able to go to New Orleans because, again, work schedule. We had gone on 2 vacations because I had surprised him with our anniversary trip, and then we went to Punta Cana. So just financially, it was hard to swing.
Wow.
We're still recovering from that, but it was worth it. There was something I was going to say, but I can't remember. Oh, yeah. The email I got. So he wasn't planning on going. Like, we had lined it up. He was going to watch the kids while I was busy working. And then I got that email that said that I was going to walk the stage. And I think that's when we decided, okay, so let's make sure that you're there.
I wanted to go watch you.
Yeah. So we went to, where did we go? Oh, New Orleans. We went to New Orleans, and we asked if he could watch me walk, and they told us, no, you have to buy a ticket. $250.
It's almost $300. Don't let her lie to you.
It was $250, but no, we weren't going to do that. So, since I work so hard at my business, we just like switched one of my wristbands that I won and just put it on him, and we snuck him in, which don't tell corporate.
I was going to say, let's hope nobody there's watching.
Anyways, so he got in there and he was able to watch me walk the stage. And go ahead and explain that day, that night. I don't know when. We haven't really talked about New Orleans since then because
That was opening ceremony.
I've been emotionally overwhelmed since Summit, and so we haven't really talked about it because we haven't seen each other. So what did you think of opening ceremonies? Yeah, opening ceremonies when you
I
watched
thought it
me.
was cool, but I liked the whole point in me going was to watch you walk stage, and it seeing where you went from last year as an emerald coach.
Yeah.
And then your goal was to become a diamond so that you could walk the stage, and seeing that you'd already made your goal in that short amount of time, and I was proud of what you'd accomplished so far, and actually seeing all the girls and Josh and all the people you'd been helping, and how it already faded down through Kyra and Savannah and all the people that you'd helped so far. It was nice to see how it had affected them and what you'd accomplished. So me watching that was actually awesome.
I think one of the biggest things is definitely you being able to talk to my coaches. I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like you being able to talk to them and see them was a big help in just understanding what I'm actually doing, because he's very much a people person. I'm an introvert. He is not, and so I think just that one-on-one, being able to talk to them and hear their story and get to know them was super helpful for you. So, do you remember the girl that talked at opening ceremonies that you texted me about? Because we didn't sit together.
Closing ceremony.
Are you sure?
Yes, because you were sitting way far away from me. Yes, the one that told her story, and that was, I'm pretty sure it was
Okay,
closing.
I have all my days mixed up. So anyways, we went to New Orleans, had fun, had opening ceremonies. You watched me walk the stage.
And there was a 5-star diamond that went up on stage and told her story, and basically where she came from, what she got to, and what all she needed to accomplish. And don't you argue with me, Savannah. I know which one it was. And which basically how she'd accomplished what she'd done and how much work she'd put in. And I seen that you're already doing that, and you've already got good coaches that you needed. And I texted her and I told her, you can run with this girl. This should not be a problem for you. I said, you can outrun her. And I think that did it for you.
Yeah, that was... I already went to Summit knowing that I wanted to run this as a business because I do see the opportunity in...
I can see it.
And I see the opportunity, and I know I've been saying for a while that I want to help him retire. And I know that it sounds weird coming out because, like, how old are we? Like, really, we're going to go sit on a beach and eat bonbons? No, that's not what I mean. But I wanted him to retire just because I wanted to spend time with our kids. And so I went in there knowing this, having this, but I think the whole time I said that, you just didn't really believe in the company as a business. Like, hello, it's an MLM. Like, I'm sure there's girls out there who are watching this, and even guys even, like, she sells shakes on Facebook? Like, what? That's not a business. Like, I mean, I get that because we felt the same way. Like,
Totally.
she sells shakes on Facebook? That's not a job. But going into this summit, I knew that there's financial opportunity, and what's better is that I get to do that by helping people. I get to do that by helping change people's lives. And of course, he was 100% skeptical. And then, so I was fueled up, but then closings. What did you think of closings?
It was the same thing for me as far as watching the transformation, and that's my favorite part as far as seeing, you know, people can lose 60, 80, 100 plus, and then we had Kyra that went with us, and she'd already did that. I mean,
Yeah.
Kyra already accomplished that. She was, I mean, there's nothing different from Kyra than what was
Then the person
from
who won
the one that was on stage. I thought that was awesome. I mean, Deidre, my wife had already helped somebody to lose that much weight and to, I mean, change her total mindset where she's happy and comfortable with herself. And it was awesome to see that you'd help her become the person she wanted to be.
And watching her walk the stage.
That was awesome. You could tell she'd put in over a year's worth of work, and that was her goal, was just prove to herself she could do it. And it's not one person, it's not even the one person you know. If you sit there and watch all those people walk that stage, it is amazing. Like just to sit there and see hundreds of people that had crushed the goals that they'd accomplished, that they'd set for themselves, and
It's awesome.
that was fun. And then to know one of the people that were in it was even better.
So this is where I'm going to start turning into a big old ball baby.
I won't. I hope.
I hope
that'd be
not.
weird. Crying to a phone. It's awkward. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
So then we got back home, and do you remember, it was a long weekend. We slept out on like a pull-out sofa, and you could feel every freaking spring.
That sucked.
It was terrible.
That sucked. bad.
But so we were miserable. The car ride down there and back was miserable. So you were very sore because if you don't know Kenny, he's had a major back surgery. He's always broken. His body sucks. Like, he's an old man for real.
That's built cheap.
And so he's already in pain anyways. And so we go down there, drive the whole way, and then sleep on a springy, like a futon mattress, but with springs in it. Like, that's for real what it was.
Yeah.
And then we drove all the way back. And so we laid in bed, finally back in our bed after we got the kids settled, everything back in order. Do you remember what you said to me? Because I think this is the biggest thing for me, especially now, to push me. Do you remember what you said?
Nope.
There's a mosquito. So we were laying there. I'm going to try not to cry. I'm sorry if I do. We were laying there, and you said, Deidre, I hurt. You said, this sucks, and I don't want to do this anymore. And you said, do whatever it takes to reach your goals. And I think that was huge for me. Because I guess I didn't realize this whole time I was just waiting for your permission. I was waiting for you to believe. I knew you believed in me, but I was waiting for you to believe in what I was doing and what this company can accomplish, I think.
Yeah.
And then in that moment, I got that permission that I needed to continue this, because I'll admit, it's not easy running a business from home, for one, let alone a direct sales company, an MLM, because automatically everyone's like, oh, she sells shakes on Facebook. That's not a real job. Like, people just get put off. Even if I just want to be their friends, the first thing that they say to me is like, oh yeah, I ate a salad last week, it's okay. Like, I don't care what you eat, I don't care. Like, I just want to be your friend. But I think a lot of people think that I'm just out to sell to them, and I don't think that's true. So like, getting your permission to step out of my comfort zone, to do the things that I need, like to do the hard work it takes to run a business from home with 3 kids under 4. I think that's what I really needed to push.
And married to a giant man-child.
Truth.
To be honest.
Truth. So I got that permission. But I left Summit overwhelmed because I see the possibility. I see what we can accomplish, how close we are to our goals. Because our goal, I don't know if we want to throw our financials out there, but our goal is to match his income so that he can find a better job that's not so hard on his body. And again, we're a single income household. So for me to be able to do that from home, from a job, working from home, that's hard. That's scary. And it takes hard work. Like I'm not going to joke with you. Every day it's hard work. It's hard work helping people because everybody's journey is different. Everybody's story is different. And I'm still working on me. Remember, the whole reason I started this were for selfish reasons, because I need it. So every single day I'm working on me. And then when I know I have a family that depends on me, and then I have challengers and a team who depend on me, sometimes I put that pressure on myself. And so it can be hard on some days. So you giving me that permission took a big lift off my shoulders, I feel like, because I didn't feel as much pressure because you said it was okay. Like, it's okay to help people. It's okay to put myself out there. It's okay to work hard so that we can accomplish our goals. But I think the thing that's scary is, like, afterwards, now where we are, I've come off the Summit high, like, I'm emotionally high, to understand, what I need to do. I've talked to upline coaches. I've worked with people to figure out what we need to do in order to reach this goal. And the freaking scary thing is how close we are to it, I think is the biggest thing. It's not, we're not far from where we need to be able to retire him, but it will take hard work.
But let's explain retirement. As far as putting me back into 40 hours.
Right, just not working 13-hour days, 7 days a week. Yeah, like I said, just
to get me back into 40 hours to where we can.
Where you're not dying every day.
I can spend time with my kids.
Yeah, because that's the biggest part. Because you work so much, you miss everything.
I miss a lot.
You miss everything. You don't get to play with the kids. You miss first steps, first words, first everything. And I think especially once Barrett became the biggest daddy's boy in the world, that makes it super hard.
I miss a ton of stuff with our kids. I mean, constantly.
And then every day we get to hear, Daddy, are you going to work tomorrow? Mom, where's Dad? And it's just hard. So being able to take that overtime off the table and allow you to be here
would be nice.
To spend time with us as a family is huge. So, I don't know. Going from where you were at point A, a huge skeptical.
Thinking that Beachbody was a pyramid scheme and a sham.
And that I was, let's just say it, stupid for even wanting to do this. Stupid. How do you feel now, today?
Wow. Now that I know what you can do with it and the effect it has on people, and this last summit, even before the last summit, I knew you were doing great and doing what you wanted to do. And it ain't even just that. I mean, you think about it, before you even started this, neither one of us ate what we wanted to. I mean, we ate what we wanted to. We ate like shit and felt like shit. This year, I've picked it up more for the kids than, I mean, I lost, 30 pounds at the beginning of the year, just for that thing for work, and worked out for 2 months. I'm getting ready to start another challenge group or whatever it is with.
This will be interesting.
Today, yeah, it's just freaking great.
I'm super excited.
And I mean, I'm getting happier with me, finally. I'm losing weight. I was tired of being overweight and feeling like crap and everything else.
But I think that's the biggest thing is just how you feel on the inside.
It's helped both of us.
It's helped me immensely.
It's
like
changed you a ton.
Just
made you more you again.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's helped us. And it's helped me. And I mean, even the kids want to work out with you. They love your nasty,
They love going live.
Nasty Shakeology balls. Those.
Kenny is okay with Shakeology.
I can do the Shakeology.
He likes vanilla Shakeology, but the kids love this like cookie dough Shakeology balls, and he's like, no.
They're awful.
And my kids will eat like platefuls at a time. Like, I can't make them very often. But yeah, you're right. I mean, this has changed our family. So even if tomorrow I don't make another penny, even if tomorrow we don't meet our goal of being able to get you in a more comfortable job, not working 100 hours a week or however many hours you work, it's still worth it just for our family, for our health, to make me a better mom and you a better dad, and just teach the kids young. Because again, mental illness runs in our family. I think that was, when we had kids, that was one of our biggest fears is, what if one of them suffer from a mental illness? Because it's scary. But if we can teach them to eat right and fuel their body, maybe they won't have as many reactions from outside stuff. Because let's be honest, food now is all contaminated. Even Whole Foods a lot of the time can be bad, depending on where it grows and everything like that. I don't know, we can go on with that. But to get our kids off on the right foot, to teach them to be healthy so that they can be healthy mind, body, and everything above that entails, I think that sets them up for success later. So if they do ever suffer from mental illness, it will help balance it out more than if we just fed them junk. Does that make sense? I probably did not make any sense because he's looking at me like I'm crazy.
You lost me. But Kyra's watching. I already talked about you, Kyra.
So, yeah, Kenny's obviously distracted by all you guys jumping on.
This is just not my thing. I'll be honest with you.
This is your first time going live, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's why we decided to just hop on here, because we just felt like we needed to share some of our story, and coming from a very skeptical husband to where he is now, I think that's a huge thing, because he believes in me. He believes in this company and what we are doing to help other people. Seeing those, like you said, seeing the transformation, seeing the people walk across stage, seeing that this is true life. Like, I mean, it's people's lives. I think that's the biggest thing.
Well, meeting people, like knowing people, like Lauren and Annie, and just people that are, I mean, really close to around here that's accomplished so much, and then seeing that it's possible, and then actually meeting people on your team that you've affected has changed my outlook on it a ton. I mean, just seeing even like where your downline has went with people already is amazing. Not just you.
I think that's the awesome thing, is it's just a domino effect. Like, when I help somebody, that person can help somebody, and then that person can help somebody. And that's the beauty of this. I love it. Because, I mean, we're close to meeting our goals. I mean, I just have to keep doing me. Keep focusing on me. He's reading comments.
Whoever Steve is, I guess I can talk to him. But not on here like this.
Just tell Steve, go for it.
Well, I understand.
He
I was
legit.
skeptical for, what, a year at least? Oh, maybe a little more than a year, I'll be honest with you. But,
And you said some not so nice things sometimes about this.
well, I'll be honest, for anybody whose wives or husbands or whatever else that's doing this, it's tough. I mean, you're on the computer constantly, there's always somebody messaging you or wanting to talk to you at all hours of the night. Well,
and I have to meal plan for people, and I'm there for them. I support them, and so it is hard.
It's time consuming. I'm used to being the one that's busy and being the one that's constantly doing something, and having your wife do it while you're home, that's busy while you're home and you're wanting to spend time with her. I mean, it's a pain in the ass. And it takes some getting used to. And
because I think the biggest part there is like when you're gone, it's hard for me to work while chasing 3 kids. So when you're home, that's when I need to sit down and work.
Out of all that, seeing all the time it takes you and all the people that rely on you, that's what probably helped me the most with Summit. Seeing the return on that of how people, you know,
Are being changed.
want to talk to you and how they look up to you or look to you for things, and that helped me a lot, making me understand why she takes so much time to spend with people or talk to people or meal plan or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
she's
real
trying to
life.
affect the same people. She's trying to affect people in the same way that it's done for us. So that probably helped me more than anything.
Yeah. That I'm really helping real people. Like, what is it? Like, I'm still just flabbergasted by it because, like, who am I? Like, I was awarded most athletic in high school out of default because I was the only senior female in a sport. Like, I don't like fitness. We love pizza. We love ice cream. We love crap food. Like, who am I to help other people? But I think that's the awesome part is I don't have to be anybody special. I just have to be working on me. I just have to be happy with me, and then I can inspire others. And I think that's the beauty in what this is, that we can work on us as a family. I can work on me as a wife, and in return, other people are inspired by it. Other people are helped. So we can help ourselves while helping others, and I think that's awesome.
Now I can work out in the basement.
And now we have a gym in our basement. He's so excited.
I'm pumped.
But, okay, we don't want to ramble because time is valuable. So,
I still have to work out.
Thank you for joining us. He does have to do his workout, and we do have to get our kids. My mom might be, like, texting me, like, where are you?
Talk to Steve later. Whoever Steve was.
Thanks for joining, and we will talk to you later.